thermal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, I'm just on my way home with my latest purchase again. Pretty decent deal anyways from the auction sale. 1983 GMC 7000. Green box with a nice tarp on it. It's got almost new tires all around. 366 with the 5 and 2 in it. So really nice shape. Fancy truck too. Got the pull handles on the doors and everything. A headliner. Uptown, this old girl. Even the horn even goes. You like that? The girls thought I needed to paint my nails, so they did one. The only thing that doesn't work is the speedometer. We got fuel gauge, tach, oil pressure gauge, I guess is optimistic. We're not making any power, and the truck doesn't warm up, so we have 2 gauges that work. Oh, and the vacuum gauge. Anyway, cheap grain truck. Used to be a fuel truck, so it says gas and diesel on there. I assume this one still has the button because it's hooked up for the PTO for the hoist. So anyway, and then I got one more thing to show you in the yard for next year for harvest time. Talk to you when we get there. It's exciting, so Rick's my new truck. Jesus. What a guy, hey Booper? And Bob? And you?
Bobby.
Who?
Bobby.
Bob right there. Well, got home with her here a few days ago, and I haven't made a clip, but I've been tinkering away on it, just kind of enjoying the peace and quiet of working in the shop alone on the old girl on and off. What we have here is a 1983 GM 7000, so that makes it a 4-ton and not a 3-ton. Has a 366 with the 5+2. Got a couple of electrical gremlins we got to work out because he's got the electric fuel pump and starter something going on, because if you have this out, the fuel pump will run, but it tries to shift, and if you push it in, the fuel pump won't run and you can't shut the truck off. I don't know. We're going to have to do some figuring to see what the hell he's got going on there. But other than that, I got the cab fan to work again. The switch here is foobarred, so I've just got it hooked on full bore anyway. It's to only be using it for the heater. Used to be a fuel truck, and the truck actually has 2 PTOs. This one doesn't have the knob on it anymore. This is the one you engage to run your hoist. She's a fancy old girl anyway. Like the other ones all just have that cheap plastic door liner on them. This one here's got, it's very similar to Dad's old brown 6.2 out in the pasture. It's even got a nice headliner that's not full of mouse or destroyed. The old girl's in pretty damn good shape. So 15-foot box, has a Sherlock roll tarp on it in real good shape. It had 2 matched sets on the back. It had 2 tires like this on this side and 2 like that on the other. But this fucking tire here, that style, is an inch bigger around than these, so that's no good for the poor old diff. So we put, well, Dad did that yesterday, but took both these sets off and then took that one off the outside on the other side and put it on the end and done the old back and forth. So now we've got 1 and 1 on each side that way, so our sizes will be right. Tires are almost new. Same at the front, they're 1020s on this truck. What else can I tell you? It's got a bitchin' paint job done with a brush. So that's nice. Looks good from a distance. Maybe a guy will address that one day, but it won't be this winter. One big saddle tank on this side, and then it's got 2 cylinders on the hoist, but I don't know, it's it was a fairly cheap truck for what it is, and then, I mean, it's one more place for the combines here, and always handy at seeding time or cleaning seed to have, always seem to be short one truck, and these little trucks are pretty handy, so yeah, like I said, 5 and 2 transmission. That's about all I've got to tell you about it for now. So until we do a little bit of figuring here on what's going on with this, see, you push it in with the key off and the fuel pump is running. And the horn goes. But then you pull it out and it starts trying to shift. I don't know what the fuck he's got going on. See, and then you push it in and the fuel pump starts to run. But if you have it pushed in with the truck running, obviously it'll die after a while because the fuel pump's not running, but you can't actually shut the truck off with the ignition. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. We're gonna have to do a little bit of testing. So anyway, runs like a top. Bring you back in a few. So after some searching, we found under here a bunch of the wires were rubbed through. So power was back feeding and cross feeding and all that kind of really useful stuff. So now you turn on the key, fuel pump runs, shifter shifts. The button is stiff in the old girl, but horn even goes. Don't even have one like that, so that's pretty fucking high tech for this cowboy. Alrighty, we'll get things cleaned up and we're gonna get this guy out of here. And then Rob started on trying to figure this out. Someone is getting him to do some work on a tractor. I don't know. He's the wrong guy to be working on this colored machine. I don't know how he ended up with it, but it ended up here anyways. But it's got no hydraulics, but he had to go back to work, so I'm going to get it back out of here because I'm not getting paid to fix it. He ain't getting paid either. He traded it for another tractor or something. So anywho, bring you back in a few. This poor old cunt got drugged through a fucking knothole backwards. And then it got fucked after that. So it has no steering, no hydraulics, and the PTO is just freewheeling. There's no brake on, but yet we have brakes. So something going on in the valve block somewhere, but I mean the thing's just beat to death. But oh, just starts. Anyway, we're gonna get it out of here till Rob's on days off again, and then we'll get her back in and see if we can't figure it out with them anyways. But I gotta remember how to drive this old bugger. If you turn like hell, it'll still steer a little bit because you're manually pumping the oil, right? With the motor, but anyway. I suppose if any of you guys have any guesses, it's not the pump. Even Jesus doesn't know, so we'll figure it out. Just take a bit of figuring to figure out. Oh, can't look over there. Alrighty, talk to you in a few. Well, little Miss Maya and I. What are you up to, Booper? You got your license plate on your car? Yeah, farm plates even. Nice.
Drink.
And a drink, yeah. Are you stuck in the extension cords? Anyway, we've got, well, technically the first winter project in here now. This guy here, I've got codes coming up for a misfire. I'm thinking I have an injector that's starting to have issues is my guess. We're going to take the 4 of them out and send them away to get tested. I bought a set of crop dividers off Straight Pipe Acres. Well, bought, traded 6 of one, half dozen of another. From his old sprayer that he can't use on his new one. And I want to try putting them on here for doing disease and desiccating and what have you, but it sounds like someone just pulled up outside, so I'll bring you back in a minute. First load on this ranch. I want to move all my canola. I got a whole bunch of half bins and full bins and 1/3 bins all over here, and get it all into one big hopper so that I have a better idea of what's left and can keep a better eye on what it's doing. I don't have to babysit so many bins that way. Anyway,